Previously on Drawing a Cute Girl with Elemental Powers. Her name is Ashley, but she prefers to be called Ash. Mizu is Ash's closest sister and friend. Oh, by the way, I think Mizu will be the next Elemental Girl drawing I do. Well, hello there, I'm Detroit. Join me on my quest of drawing a whole family of cute girls with elemental powers. As you've seen in the intro, I've already drawn the fire girl, Ash. Today is her closest sister's time, Mizu. Before we get to the design of Mizu and her story, let me recap a bit of what I said in the last episode. Would be better to watch the video though, so please do that first and then come back. The link is up here. 2 weeks ago, I explained how I don't usually draw cute girls, especially for YouTube videos. This is mostly because I'm conflicted about the amount of thirst for cute girls on the internet and in the drawing community. But at the same time, it feels good to draw, so I also kinda want to do it. Also, I like world building and creating lore for my drawings, but since every single drawing I do is mostly random things that don't go well together, it's hard to create extended lore. I wanted to have mini-series on this channel for a while, and this is exactly what I did. Because I draw with ink on paper as well as digital, I decided to do 2 mini-series at the same time. For ink drawing, it's the Infinite Drawing Challenge where I draw on a scroll that's really long. And for the digital part, well, it's this video you're watching. This is the second installment. Again, go watch the first episode first. The girl appearing on screen right now is called Mizu. Her full name is Mizuka. As Ashley prefers to be called Ash, which reflects her fire attribute better, Mizuka likes to be called Mizu. Again, this is fitting because she's the water elemental of the siblings. Despite having the opposite attribute of Ash, Mizu and her are the closest among the sisters. You would think that Ash has the most temper and Mizu would be the calmer of the duo, but the truth is, that's completely wrong. Ash is shy, and just like water can be calm and still like a mountain lake, Mizu can also be as strong and dangerous as an oceanic storm. However, to her credit, it is important to note that Mizu is very mature and rational. That is also to say that if you anger her to the point that she goes full storm on you, you've done really bad and you absolutely deserve it. As it will not surprise you if you watch the Ash drawing, Mizu is more of a flat-chested girl. She's really self-conscious about it, but she has learned to deal with it and Ash's constant teasing. Especially since she started getting into fitness and got really lean but muscular. Since then, Mizu is into sportswear and likes to show off her body in her running clothes. But don't let that fool you. She doesn't run. What she likes to do is, of course, swim. Of all the sisters, she might be the fastest during a race, provided she's in water. And yeah, I mean to say that she swims faster than the others can run. That's really fast. And the others are running on land, of course, or else that wouldn't be fair because, well, she's the water elemental. Actually, if you consider all the sisters in their peak states, in the best condition for them, Mizu would probably only be the second fastest. Or third, rather. The second fastest would be Alize. That's the wind girl and the third installment of this series. Subscribe right now and click the bell so that you get a notification for when Alize's drawing video comes out. That's a little tease for you. We are way past the sketching part of Mizu's drawing and I haven't talked about the process for even a second. Silly me. As you've seen, I didn't forget to start recording my screen for the sketch. I freehanded the proportions and the pose while looking at multiple references of girls sitting on their knees or with their legs in different positions. Strangely, it's really hard to find a good reference of this exact pose that I've had in mind since the beginning. I was certain I could find it easily, but maybe not. Tell me in the comments if I'm getting insane or if you too have seen this pose in animes and such. It shouldn't be so hard. I spent a long moment on the hands of the girl this time, because I was a bit embarrassed at how Ash's hands turned out. I think I did a much better job today, so yeah, self-high five. Something that I'm not proud of with this drawing, however, concerns the line art. One thing I explained in length the last time is how I wanted to learn how to be consistent in my art style. I wanted the whole series of Elemental Girls to be of the same vein. I wanted them to almost be part of the same drawing. However, if you compare the two girls so far, the line art is really different. I kept the small-sized inking brush, but Mizu is all curves and not straights compared to Ash. And paradoxically, that's the opposite of the breast. Maybe it's because unconsciously I was thinking of water, which is flowy and smooth. And yeah, let's go with that excuse. For Mizu's hair, I wanted to have a fade between long hair and a pool of water. You see, because all the girls are of the same blood and all are elemental attributes personified, I wanted a few things that would appear in each drawing. The hair color is an easy one. Another easy staple would be picturing the element. But I didn't want to have a few droplets and blobs of water floating in the air like for Ash. Water pools, and that's how the scene came to be. The eye color was also a given for water. One thing you'll see at the very end that I decided to keep for this drawing from the last one is random triangles on the cloth. For Ash, it was triangles of light in the folds of her green dress, but for Mizu, it's simply patterns on her clothes, which I found a bit too boring otherwise. We'll see how to implement that for Alize, the wind girl, in probably 2 weeks. The coloring part was fairly simple. Just like last Sunday's raccoons, as soon as you make a first drawing, the second one is easier because you know a bit more of what you want to keep and what needs to change. Big shadow shapes and simple color patterns, everything with a defined edge. For the shadow, I used a multiply layer with a low opacity purple. I didn't do a lot of lighting work on Mizu because her skin is already pretty fair and I didn't want to add any other tones of light for her. Fire is easy because you can use reds, oranges, yellows and whites, all of which are somewhat close to skin tone. Water is trickier because it's almost only limited to blue. If you use too much of it, it looks alien-like and contrasts with skin tone too much. I didn't want Mizu to be fully underwater, and I didn't want to explain the light source in this otherwise simple drawing, so I couldn't use too much blue light. Because water is soft and smooth, I blended the shades of blue under her. Another change from Ash's drawing, as I used little to no blending at all. I guess for the third drawing I'll have to pick one or the other. Or maybe I could hit the sweet spot right in between and have all the girls be in a style similar to both at the same time. But I doubt it. The best way to know for sure if you can't see in the future is of course by subscribing to this channel. As I'm getting to the end of this drawing process, I realized that I should engage with you more, my lovely audience. I have already planned the third drawing of this series with the wind girl, but I want to give you the choice for the one after that. Please tell me in the comments which element you would like to see represented next. You can also tell me by commenting under Mizu's picture on my Instagram at d3_sd, or with DMs, or on Twitter, or on Reddit. Anywhere is fine, really. I've said all I wanted to, and you've now fully met Misuka, the fierce water elemental. Give her some love or she'll drown you. No, seriously, she would. I'm D3 and I'll see you soon. Bye!